All right, welcome to the second episode of the ER. The ER. Let's go.
Hey,
Let's
come
go.
on,
Let's
come
go. We out here. So, yeah, as you can tell, we got some toys. We got some toys.
Yeah.
We are running the Mixcast 4 from Tascam. We wanted to take this up a notch, in 2023, and Happy New Year,
Yes,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. New cycles, new opportunities. We're focusing now this year and we're getting things started, and I'm sure you guys out there really, I know everyone says it's cliche to say, at the top of the year, you have to set your intentions but don't
Set
listen
your
to
goals and
you know
New
what I
Year,
mean?
new me kind of thing.
But even if that is the case, new year, new opportunities, get your mind right, really focus and lock in. And, that's what this whole episode is going to be about. Like what 2023 is going to look like.
I know, right? She's on it. She started off real, let's get some claps in the chat.
Thank you.
All right. So what is the crisis situation for today? We're gonna have so much fun with this thing. I'm not gonna lie. We just out here just pressing buttons.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be fun.
This is fun. So yeah, what is the crisis situation for today?
So today we're gonna be talking a little bit about 5 things that we as entrepreneurs or people as creatives want to focus on for 2023.
All right. So 5 things. And we wrote these down. We had like a talk over breakfast.
We said 5 things entrepreneurs should be doing in 2023.
Okay. Well, yeah. 5 things entrepreneurs should be doing in 2023.
Yes.
All right. So we want to go with the first one, and it is.
So the first one that we talked about, like you were saying, we talked about this over breakfast and we were kind of discussing like what would we want to share with our viewers, or what are some things that, we can relate to in regards to some of the things that we want to focus on for this year. And the first one was creating, more content, but not just content, but intentional content around like how you want to film, how you want to present your content, how you want to brand yourself, how you want to market, different things like that. And make sure that all your content is centered around that.
Yeah. So centering your content around the people that you are targeting, your audience, right? And when it comes to understanding your audience, you really have to understand what it is that you are going to do or what you're doing and for who. So like for me in what I do, I really want to target more entrepreneurs. When I mean entrepreneurs, I mean more photographers, videographers, and also more business owners, and helping them to build and create content. And then the content for the photographers would be more around, maximizing what it is that you have to do what you want to do.
Right.
So like, that's where I say creating content intentionally for your audience comes in. And I feel like that's a big thing, because a lot of content creators, they go out and they just make content. You see them dancing, you see them doing all these things, but they still don't know how to tie that into what it is they're doing and how they're doing it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think I'm a little bit I'm guilty of that myself, because going into really trying to create content, it really does take a lot of structure and planning when you want to do things intentionally. If you think about, how many people create their videos on a consistent basis, if they're dropping videos, let's say 3 times a week, or they're like, all right, well, I'm going to do one content day and I'm filming. Hey, Kai. If I'm doing one content day and I'm going to film 3 different videos, and those 3 videos, I have 3 different outfits, I have 3 different topics, but you consider that a content day and they're intentional, then you can spend the rest of the week to edit. Then you can space it out and do whatever you need to do. And then, in everyday life, not everyone is doing, the creator content consistently, because, everyone has full-time, or people have full-time jobs, and maybe they're in a transition or whatever the case is. But ensuring that the content that you do is specifically intentional for your audience. And like you were saying, making sure that there's a specific niche, a focus, and that's the most effective, I think. So that is the first thing that we're saying for entrepreneurs and creatives. Go out and create something intentional that makes sense for you and your brand. All right, going on to number dos. Not those. I'm like
2.
Hey, stop scratching my chair. Y'all, this cat has been scratching up my poor little chair, Like, anyways, okay. The second thing that we're going to talk about here is investing in knowledge. So we briefly spoke about that, what that might look like. I know that you invested in a few courses last year and then going into this year just to make sure that your mind is sharp when it comes to using content, how to do it specific to your audience, how you want to brand yourself and things like that. And even for me, I purchased a couple books. And I was also watching a lot of videos and like just trying to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, but also investing in my knowledge so that I can actually produce better.
Yeah. So again, like specifically one of the courses that we invested in was called Creator U, is called Creator U. And it's an online community with a lot of leading marketing strategists, business people, social media content creators. And it teaches you how to do certain things. So it's not just about the gear and, just everything that you have. It's also about what you know and how you can use that knowledge to benefit you and your business.
Yep.
So again, like investing in knowledge is huge because I know there are other creators that I know who don't have the fancy cameras, who don't have all the fancy stuff, but because their wealth of knowledge is so huge, they can do amazing things with what they have.
Right.
And I feel like that's a great asset that, that I've learned to fall into because, not all of us can go buy like $10,000 cameras and just go create and just fly over to anywhere. So you have to use what you have.
Yep. And I think also focusing on how we can use what we have to be the most effective for specifically what we're doing. You see so many content creators using their phones and learning how to light properly, learning how to, use their specific settings or their specific camera functions for specific things and actually just using what they have instead of buying a camera. Because for me, I'm not a photographer like you or a videographer. So camera lingo, understanding the true fundamentals of using a camera is not natural to me. If we weren't together, or if we weren't working together and I was able to see how you work while you're on your shoots, I wouldn't know how to actually, be on set, or I wouldn't know how to actually see you work or whatever the case is, Yeah. I wouldn't know how you operate. So I think having that background has been beneficial for me, but also using my phone has been great. And then people who invest in like separate phones for their content.
For their content.
Right.
And big up yourself one time. Big up yourself one time because like y'all, she's been really doing really well. She's been killing it, learning different things, learning how to do different processes and processing on different things and like photos, video, audio. So yeah, just big up yourself one more time. Hey. All right. You're gonna get sick of this air horn.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. We out here with it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to the third.
Yes, yeah. The third one. The third one is learning the fundamentals of business and accounting. Ooh, this is heavy.
Yeah, this needs like its own like video in itself.
Yeah.
With like facts and other things, but this is a big thing for entrepreneurs, creators, influencers. Understanding how business works and how you can drive traffic to your business is big. Mm-hmm. And if you can do that, that puts you ahead of, the competition out there.
Yeah. I mean, as much as the more knowledge that you have, the more you can do, right? So it boils down to how you apply your wisdom and your knowledge, right? You can acquire wisdom and knowledge is when it's applied. So I think the more, or is it the other way around?
Don't quote me. I don't know. I think you're right.
I feel like
I think that's how it is. If not,
wisdom,
let us know in the comments below.
Yeah,
let us know in the comments below. Yeah.
So the more that you learn, the more that you're doing, the more that you invest in yourself. Same things that we're saying from before.
Right.
If you're learning about business, I feel like I'm having deja vu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. Sorry.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
That was weird. Okay. You feel like that's giving me goosebumps.
She's getting goosebumps right now. That's but yeah, again, like understanding business, the fundamentals of accounting, like just knowing how to deal with your money, right? Spread your money around. Look at your profit
and your deficits.
Look at your deficits. Look at if you're breaking even. Like knowing certain things and knowing the lingo, that really pushes you into a different bracket when it comes to being a creative and being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So again, this needs like a whole different video.
Yeah.
But
we can talk a little bit about like how maybe accounting could be beneficial, or even like, for example, like how you register your business, like all of those things are things that you want to think about, like when you're thinking of your business.
These are things that you want to think about when you're thinking about your business, because we both own businesses and we both have them registered, right? And you can start with a sole proprietorship. If you start there, at least you know that, okay, your business is seen as a business, right? And you can do certain things and benefit from certain things for businesses. So that's a huge thing. Yeah, really. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, because I kind of forgot that was on the paper there as we spoke about it. But registering your business, that's something that you can do. You could do it through owner. That's how I registered my business as a sole proprietorship.
Yeah,
registered through owner. It's not that expensive. And going into 2023, looking at registering it as an LLC.
Right.
Do something like that. Yeah. That's all steps that, again, we are entrepreneurs. These are things that we've learned, the things that we are learning, and we just want to pass it on to you.
Definitely, yeah. Because the more you know, the more you can make your intentional advances in your business and just continue to scale. So,
I knocked the mic on down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we out here with it. All right, so let's get on to, is there any more you want to say on that? Or
we also talked about branding and marketing, but I feel like that is also kind of self-explanatory, but we can touch
let's just
touch on it. Yeah.
Branding, understanding branding. So for me, in what I do and in my business, like working with other businesses and really helping them to understand like that their social media presence, that is them. Yes. That is a brand. Like this is you. So you need to look a certain way and really portray yourself really well. Right?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to cut you.
No.
Yeah. I was just going to say they do say that businesses are you. So the first thing that people see is you. So if they look at the person that's attached to the business, they're not looking at your business or what's Instagram saying. They're thinking of the person who runs the business.
Right.
So you do have to brand yourself in a way. And that's why certain people, they walk with a certain je ne sais quoi. Or
they walk a certain way. They look a certain way, because at the end of the day, it's like, what else? Yeah. What else is there?
Right.
Other than, you can make some pretty photos. You can do some cool stuff. But what else is there?
Right.
As you, the person. Right?
Exactly.
So that's a good thing. Like branding, marketing, learn, like 2023, if it's one thing you take away from this video, is understanding branding and marketing.
Yeah. And specifically for yourself and how you want your brand to reflect you. So
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on to number 4.
Yes. So number 4 was collaborating with we said collaborating, but collaborating within your industry.
Yes. Yes.
That is huge.
It's one of those things that a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think collaborating is just going out and doing stuff with other people. Yeah. And I will tell you, no.
We'll tell them why it's a no, because a lot of times people think that it's like, all right, let's do a class. It's such a thrown around word now. But there's actually heaviness that comes with it, where it's like, we both need to know what we're benefiting from. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Like if someone comes to you and says, hey, let's collaborate, and you look at like what you have to do versus what they have to do, and you're doing way more.
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
It's a no for me.
That's a red flag. Like for real. Like
red flag.
Like, it is a red flag. Like, come on. Like when it comes to collaboration, there has to be an equal benefit for each party, right? There has to be a clear benefit for each party, like very clear.
Yeah. And even not just collaborations, but just anybody, because you're investing your time into something. Like
Right.
anyone who is looking to invest, let's say we're looking at people who are big business owners, they're looking to invest into a smaller company. You have to see the advanced benefits of what that smaller company is going to do for the bigger business. And then you move in that way. It doesn't even have to be a bigger or smaller, but it's even if you have to just think about it from a business perspective, that each place, wherever they are, if you come together as a unit, what is the benefit going to be?
Right.
And then also what you can contribute, because sometimes people will take on something and it's more that they can actually chew, and sometimes it ends up being a deficit in the end. So it's like
You end up losing way more than you're gaining.
exactly.
And that's why when it comes to like collaboration, for real, you have to make sure that we need to do, like, I feel like all these little things are like topics that we can cover in like a full video.
Yeah, definitely.
But beware of when people come to you and say, let's collaborate. If you can't benefit off of it, then it is, as I said,
it's a no.
It's a red flag.
Yeah.
It's a red flag.
And there's also nothing wrong with collaborating for experience. Like we also have to not to just cut off all your opportunities just because they are collaborative, because we've had to do our due diligence of collaborating at
certain levels. But again,
right.
it's a level thing.
Yeah.
Right? When it comes to if you're beginning and if you're a beginner and you don't have a portfolio, then yes, collaborating is a great thing. It is. But if you are an established intermediate or professional and you have done a few paid jobs and you have a portfolio that you can show, then you have to be very selective with your collaborations and what you do.
Entirely. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just for real, because if you have something, that means people are coming to you, especially if the people are coming to you.
Yeah. Know your worth.
Yeah. If they're coming to you and they're just like, yeah, let's collaborate.
Yeah.
And they are like, you can see that they're going to clearly benefit more than you. Again, deal with it. As I said, like it's collaboration is something that I hold dear to my heart because it's happened to me many, many times.
Yeah.
Where people want to collaborate, and they either take advantage of you or you end up doing something that, again, you bite and you can't chew it.
Yeah. And but they're all learning lessons. They're all experiences. If you didn't go through that, or if you didn't learn those things, you wouldn't have known what you know today. Right. So nothing lost. So
nothing lost. But at least I can stand here and or sit here and tell y'all and show y'all like the little signs that you should be looking for when it comes to certain things. Because I'm not just saying, go deal with it for yourself. But it's just, again, like, this is why we're here.
Right. Exactly. All right.
Yeah. Let's go on to the fifth thing, the fifth and final thing.
So this one is, I think, the most important personally, because this sets the foundation for anything you do. Before you even go to school to, learn something, before you take your courses, before you invest in the things that you want to do for your business, you need to know your why, understanding what your purpose is and your why. So,
know your why.
Yeah.
Know your why. Like a lot of people don't even know why they're doing something. And I believe in our first video, we explained our why, right? And it's a good thing that you can verbalize that, because you can verbalize it. If you can write it down, it's a big thing. Like Michelle taught me to write things down, a lot of things that I want to do, or just affirmations and different things like that. So writing that down, it's great. It's great to see that visualized visualization. Something like that.
It's like taking what is in our mind and bringing it into our physical reality. So by you writing it down and you saying it and you believing it and you speaking, it's bound to happen. And a lot of times we try and put, time limits or constraints on what our outcomes should be. And then we get mad when we don't get the instant gratification, But I think the minute you know your why and that's your constant drive, there's nothing that's ever stopping you from continuing on that path. And the more that you drive into the things that you want to do, the more you're going to learn, the more you're going to experience, the more you're going to love the process. And it's not about the end. It's more about the process. So, yeah.
Couldn't have said it better. Yo, I told y'all, we're having fun with this. This is a lot of fun. But I couldn't have said it better. Like, just knowing who you are, knowing why you do this and what you want to do, having that realization is powerful.
Oh, yes.
Because then people can see that. People can understand that. People can feel that in everything you do.
Yep.
And like that is big.
Yeah.
Big. I said before, if it's one thing to take away, but this is the one thing that you really have to take away. Understanding who you are, what you want to do, where you want to go, and growing from that.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah. And we both can experience, we can all both speak from experience.
Right.
Because in each of our individual paths, a lot of the things that we might have had to go through or experience was questioning ourselves and trying to understand like why we are doing what we're doing. And then you have those moments where you're like, do I even want to do this?
Yeah,
I don't even like what is the point? I'm not
3 o'clock in the morning. You're just like, man, boy, this man. Like, I can't deal with this, man. I can't do this right now, man. You just
whatever.
you just like
everything, man. I'm so over this one.
you're just like you're wilding because you don't know what to do. And you're sitting there with all this work that you have to do. Yo, this is fun. And it's like you're sitting here with all this work that you have to do. Yeah. And you're like, I just, it's like ground zero, like nothing, like you don't know where you are. You don't know what to do.
But that's the beauty of it, because then you can really sit back and say, yo, I remember when I was here and now I'm here. Now I can remember where I was, but then that perfect moment happens. Like I have this app on my phone that I always tell Jay about. I'm like, I got the perfect message today, and it gave me exactly what I needed to know, or exactly the message that I needed to hear today to help me get out of my mind. And sometimes that's how those reminders come. You know, they come kind of randomly, not when you're looking for it, but in the timely fashion, so that it reminds you of like why you're doing what you're doing. You know, whether it's through a person, whether it's through an experience, whether it's through a message from your phone, from these affirmation apps. You know, shout out to those ones. I like to have those because it just helps me. Like sometimes I'm on my phone and I'm just sucked into social media, or I'm sucked into like whatever it is. And then I have, you know, I get a little notification that gives me a really beautiful reminder that helps me to center, to be like, yes, I don't need to have it all together all the time. Yes, I don't know what's happening all the time, and I don't need to have control of everything, because everything is divine and we're good. So, you know, take time, everybody.
Everything is divine, and we are good. Like I feel like you should copyright that. You need to put that on a t-shirt.
On a t-shirt, okay.
Yeah, and again, all of that ties in to knowing your why. Because if you don't know your why, you will never, you won't get to those points, because you would have given up, or you would have strayed along the way, and that will cause a lot more destruction, a lot more hurt. So, as I said, if it's one thing that you can take away from this video, take this away. Know your why.
Absolutely.
Yo, I think this is the end, right?
Yeah.
This is the end of the video.
Well, I mean, do you have anything that you want to leave with them again? Because I mean, we can just quickly review everything we talked about. I mean, we talked about creating intentional content. So just ensuring that you know what you want to do. Right. So first, knowing your why. I guess we can put it in an order, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's actually put it in an order before we end. Like, I think knowing your why is number one.
Number one. Absolutely. Right? Sets the foundation for everything. That is fundamentals, the base. Having a strong base is what carries your business. Carries your mindset, everything. And then, you know, creating intentional content.
That's number two. Yeah. I'd say that's number two.
Definitely. Yeah. And then once you create your intentional content, you set your base for how you can grow and how you can scale. And that's when you learn about business.
Yes.
That's when you learn about marketing. That's when you learn about accounting and all of those things.
Right.
You're right. And then we could say maybe collaborating within your industry.
Collaborating, I'd say is fourth.
Yeah. Right. And then, well, I kind of join the two. Oh no, and then investing your knowledge. So I guess that can kind of float.
I think, yeah. So I think that could be investing in knowledge. I would put third.
Okay.
And then business.
Okay.
And then collaboration.
Okay, true. Yeah, that makes sense because, man, like that order I feel like makes the most sense. And I feel like a lot of people, and it doesn't have to be in that specific order.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people invest in what they do and they're like, wait, what, but why did I want to do? I know there's a reason why I wanted to do this. I know, but maybe you haven't discovered it as yet, you know?
Right,
And then maybe there's people who are like, all right, well, I want to do content, but it's not focused specifically on my business as yet. And now it's like, all right, well, now I have the knowledge and I can apply the knowledge and the wisdom to make intentional content that will reflect my why.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the video, right? Yo, if y'all have rocked with us all through this video, thank you so much. My name is Jakev. You can find me on all Instagram platforms, social media, Instagram.
My name is Nichelle, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm also on all streaming platforms as well. Streaming platforms? I'm all on
social media platforms.
I'm on all social media platforms, including Instagram. Well, not all of them, mainly LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. And you know, that's it for right now. Oh, and TikTok. I'm also on TikTok. So you get a little bit more of an interpersonal side of me, you know, doing, you know, telling you guys tips and tricks and things like that of just things that I love to do and things like that. And then we have a little bit more of a uniformed platform on like the other platforms. So yeah.
Right. So yeah, just, you know, let us know what you think of the video. If there are any other things that you feel like entrepreneurs should be doing in 2023, let us know. And yeah, give us some more ideas on what you want to hear, because we are catering this platform specifically for you all out there, you know, and what y'all want to do, what y'all want to hear, and getting like, you know, experiences from other people. So this has been a great one. I feel like we had a lot of fun in this one, and it was really, I feel like we dropped a lot of good gems.
I think so too.
Yeah. So again, I'm Jakev.
And I'm Nichelle.
So this has been the ER. Peace.